going? I'm moving the wrong thing. All right. How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we doing?
Fabulous.
That sounded so fucking forced. Why are
I mean,
we?
best you're gonna get out of me.
That's fair. I feel that Q is like half my face. So can I move that? No, it's not half my face. I'm trying. C'est la vie. Let's start with our happy time 10, y'all. What are we happy about?
I mean,
We could be honest. This is a safe space. Let's be honest.
I personally don't feel like there's anything I'm happy about. Like, I'm grateful to be alive and all of that, but that can only be used but so many times.
That's real.
Especially when you consider what happened in the last like 2 days. True. Not talking about a week ago. We're talking about just the last 48 hours. I might have to take a break from social media entirely.
That's fair.
That's real. It's real out there.
Zajax, either of you got some good news?
Dogecoin to the moon, baby.
The doggy coins? Let me hold $1.
Doggy coins, Lord. Never call it that.
I'm calling it doggy coins.
And I care.
Yo, Jack's face.
Oh.
Permanent tech support.
I've been having a really rough week. Aside from this stuff that happened in the last 48 hours, I've just been having a rough week. But I'm looking forward to dinner.
Tell me more about these dinner plans. That's huge.
We're eating Olive Garden for free. So that's awesome.
How we pull this off?
Well,
Right.
I died there once, so they gave me a bunch of money to not sue them. So we get to eat there free all the time.
Not all the time.
Well, not all the
Yeah.
time, but a lot of the time, it's free.
Oh, I mean, I'm sad that you almost died there.
Shout out to allergies.
But I'm glad you survived your attack. Was it the breadsticks? I hope it wasn't the breadsticks.
No, it was
They must have used latex.
yeah, they actually
or
handled
cross-contaminated.
cross-contaminated bell peppers, or they use latex to handle my food, because those are the only two things that will literally kill me. So
I love how she has such a sunny disposition while talking about the things that will end her life.
right.
I don't know how I feel about that. But I'll take it, I suppose. A shout out to your dinner. I'm glad that it's not gonna cost you. I'm glad you survived. That's awesome. My positive thing is my best friend was not. She had a health scare, and she seems to be on the mend. She seems to be getting better, so that's making me grateful, because I was terrified for. So I was just not it. I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I was just not in the space to do so. And my Contagion gaming fam rallied around me, and they were like, you know what? It's going to be all right. It's just no matter what, it's going to be all right. And I've never felt such an outpouring of love from like a supposed group of like I have never met any of these people in real life, but it doesn't feel like I don't know them. It feels like I know them. Like, Jax, you know what it's like being in the gaming community where like you talk to these people every day, you know, and you connect with people, and it don't matter that I can't knock on your door and say what up in real life. Like you my peoples. And the moment I posted that, and I was like, I don't feel like myself, let alone my best. I got text messages, I got phone calls, I got Discord messages, like, and they were just like, Vanna, we love you. Whatever you going through, we going through it together. We got this together. We strong. And I'm just like, my family. Like that made me feel like I could do this today, because I was just like, I don't know if I could put on a brave face. It was rough. Like even the text from you, Jax, was like, I don't know, because like, yo, getting that text from Fran was hard. Like I was just like, you have what? I'm sorry, come again. And like that was hard. That was hard to process. Like I couldn't even finish the phone call. I had to walk in my sister's room, and like I basically was like speaker hit, because I couldn't, like my brain shut down, and I was like, my brain refused to process the rest of the information. So it was great to have this community just kind of like help me process, like literally hold me up. That was awesome. So that's my good news. But you know what's my not good news? Can we talk about this versus battle with Darkwing Duck? I mean, Steve Harvey.
I didn't know there was one.
It wasn't supposed to be about him, but your boy made it about him.
Oh, you mean the versus between Earth, Wind, and Fire? And okay, got you.
So you know how for those of you that don't know, we're introducing a new segment. It's called the Cancer Corner. The Cancer Corner. And I'm going to introduce him as the first person that I personally feel like, can we just cancel him? Because I feel like he is all right. Let me be serious. Here's why I vote cancellation. I vote cancellation because I feel like the narrative that he has kind of perpetuated hasn't been helpful to the betterment of any community. I know he's been talking about like, here's what you need to do for your relationship. I don't think that that's been helpful. I think that has been Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Look, the eye roll. Look, see. Okay, so I feel like he needs to be, and this is gonna lead into our topic of the day of like legend, because I was kind of torn, because I'm like, I know you're a king of comedy, so does that make you a legend because you're a king of comedy? Can you be canceled? But I say yes, because one, your antics in that versus battle, you made something that had nothing to do with you, all about you, that's toxic. Two, the things that you perpetuate with like your relationship advice, with your track record, questionable, but also it's toxic. It's not actually helpful. It's harmful to the community that you're trying to help. Can we put him in a recycling bag? Maybe like safekeeping, possibly for redemption later, maybe. Maybe. The way you just got into the camera.
I mean,
For
I don't
me
know
personally. Oh, go ahead, Asia.
no, I was like, for me, it's not really a cancel for me. Like I don't really. I mean, I'm not a big fan. Like, I may be one of the only people that's gonna say this, and I don't give a fuck. But
do you ever?
Not that funny in the Kings of Comedy. I'm sorry. Like, against Cedric and
Compared
Bernie,
to who he was up against, I mean,
wasn't. I don't know. Like his style of comedy, he's really good in like Family Feud, of course, in his own show, the Steve Harvey Show. But like to me, I'm not really a big Steve Harvey fan, and I just think it was whack what he said to Monique. So for that, I'm just like, I don't know about canceling, because me, I'm just like, if I don't like your shit, I'm just not gonna rock with your shit. It's like, I don't think everyone needs to be canceled, but I
agree.
Like,
you're right.
I could live without it. But I'm still gonna watch Family Feud, because that shit's funny as fuck.
I mean, I was gonna say,
like the show, he brings the show alive, because the previous host, he was okay, but Steve Harvey definitely, I give him that.
Okay.
listen.
I mean, I was gonna say a similar thing. He's not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh no, I'll go last.
I was just gonna say I don't like Steve Harvey, not even a little bit, but I don't think he's canceled necessarily just because, and this is gonna sound fucked up, he doesn't have the same star power to really be
Oh,
so harmful. You know what I mean? Like,
let's talk about that.
like that's not excusing his bad behavior. It's not like, oh, let me be bad because I ain't got the star power to really affect nothing. Like, you still shouldn't be toxic, but it's just like, who's really basing their life choices off of Steve Harvey's word alone? Specifically, like, who really, you know what I mean? It's just like, if people are making bad choices or are feeling like it's toxic what he's saying, they're also listening to like half the other shit that says the same shit. He literally doesn't have an original idea of his own. Everything he's saying is repeating what other people have said. The stuff in his book about how to think like a man, people have said it before. He didn't come up with that himself. Like, people have said it before. So I just feel like, am I his biggest fan? Absolutely not. But am I going to cancel him? No, because he did have a place once at one point in history, and his work, you know, and him as a person hasn't really left behind a trail of destruction like some of the other people that have been canceled. You know what I mean? Like, until, you know, something comes along where it's like, he ruined my life, he changed the actual course of my life, I just feel like it don't need to be canceled. And he just doesn't have that star power to do that.
I see.
He does.
I agree. Listen, let me tell you something.
Foxx will say.
Steve Harvey, let me tell you why I feel the way that I feel. Because I feel like Steve Harvey is important for who he brought to the limelight, not for who he necessarily is. Like, shout out to my baby, Merlin Santana, may you rest in peace. If it wasn't for the Steve Harvey show, no one would know who he was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, certain aspects of who he is very important to the culture. But like, as a person, like, nobody's like, oh my God, what did Steve Harvey say to do today? Like, it's not like he's Ellen. Like, people actually live by Ellen's life, which is why her cancel is such a big deal. He doesn't have that kind of reach. He wants it, but he's not ever really gonna get there. And if you ask me, he should have been canceled a little while ago. If we was gonna cancel him, not that I care enough for him to be canceled, because I do not, but if we were going to, he should have been canceled when him and Bernie fell out. I'm saying.
Allegedly, tell us what happened.
Allegedly, you know, he just felt like, again, when there are 4 black men on a platform and one is obviously more popping than the other, things start to happen, like endorsement deals or TV shows and such, and he felt a way about certain people getting more shine than him, and they felt like they stopped talking. By the time Bernie was nearing the end of his life, they hadn't spoken for a little while. So if we were going to cancel him, it should have been back then. But I honestly, I just feel, allegedly, but honestly, I just feel like, you know, he just,
I love that we've gotten
who he is and who we see him as are 2 different people.
Right.
So for him to even be canceled, it's like, really, like, do we care enough? Are you affecting us enough?
Yes.
Yeah, like, he's not invited to the barbecue, but like, ain't nobody got time to be with him.
Like, we're not friends. You're not in the GC, but like,
he's with that girl from Clueless, the black girl from Clueless.
Stacey
he over there with her.
Dash.
Like, just go.
Well,
there.
she's trying to come back. So okay, do we give her the invite? No. Oh,
no,
okay.
Stacey Dash could stay.
No,
right.
she's in permanent detention.
Because
she's in permanent detention.
Like, don't forget, girl. We know you was a video girl. Now all of a sudden, anyway, we not even going there right now. But Steve Harvey, he's not potent enough for his cancel to matter if he was canceled. Is he problematic? Sure. But like, cancel?
So let me ask, if he was potent, would you be like, yes?
Yeah, if he was potent enough, but he's literally like,
I don't believe in the cancel culture, so.
But you wouldn't, because you a whole nother entity over there.
Wow, that's weird.
But you know, I don't know if he was
think celebrities deserve timeouts, but cancel?
It depends on
Sam
what they
said
do.
timeouts. Do timeouts even work on you?
No, because like timeout meaning timeout from the limelight.
Oh.
So like, if you think everyone's gonna still be there for you when you do something crazy, it should be like everyone should be like, no, now I'm not buying this. I'm not going to your concert. Because what hurts celebrities is their pockets. It's not necessarily that people don't love them no more, because people still love you. But once your pockets is hurting, you're gonna be like, maybe I should think twice before I do something.
But then, is that even genuine?
It's not genuine, but
it works.
Right? They'd be like, you know what? I'll act a different way.
But isn't that in effect what cancel is? Like, I'm canceling my support of you.
At the point they like disappear off the edge of the planet.
Because I'm like, didn't we talk about last week? We was like, they canceled Kevin Hart, and he came back and he was like, my bad.
I didn't even know he was canceled until I seen the documentary. I was like, oh, this happened? I didn't know.
Cancel shit. Sometimes it's just a little tiny thing, and then other times it's this huge, forever thing.
Right. The only time I realized we canceled Kevin Hart, it wasn't even canceled. Like everyone was mad. Was when he cheated on his wife.
Yeah, we were big mad at him for cheating on his wife. Big mad.
Everybody was big mad. I was like, damn.
But she got over it, so we got over it.
I'm dead.
I'm saying.
Right. But her, she had to get over it first. Kuchiki. So you have to share two things with us, boo.
Yo, the way that I had to save face with my boss just now.
It has been a trying ass week. Like, can we have an episode where we just rant and rave about work?
Yes, that could be episode 10.
Microaggression.
That could be episode. Oh no, episode 11.
Yeah. Microaggression.
So we did our happy time. So you got to catch up. Give us something that made you happy this week.
You know what? I'm actually I'll take it right back to that phone call because it started with some chaos, but it did end with us talking and my boss listening. But she was talking to me about learning more about the Black experience and waking up and realizing that it's not the same for everybody. So I'm like, okay, you've been doing some hope. I'm happy that discussion ended the way that it did. And not with me getting fired either. That's some happy ass.
Hey, when you keep your job. That's...
The coin.
Won't he will?
Look at God.
Wait, what'd you say?
Am I showing up in the stream?
No.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
You
were
too
not.
Kuchiki entered and kicked me out.
Sure did. It was too much blacknificence happening in here.
I know.
I can see you.
And then we shifted to talking about our stance on whether or not we were canceling Mr. Harvey. I love the whole shift in demeanor. That was beautiful. Would you like to share your thoughts?
You could go. I'm fine with it.
Would you like to share more on that?
No, because honestly, I don't want to give him more screen time. He already takes up enough screen time, especially with regards to things that aren't even about him. Like the verses. That was a versus between the Isley brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. So why are we hearing Steve Harvey talk every 5 minutes? He can go for that. Ooh, also, I know Calvin knows this story because they talked about it on the read. Homeboy, okay, so it's his daughter's venue where they had the verses at, right? So that the first opening or whatever, 20 minutes, they're playing music, the DJ's playing music, and it's just like dudes dancing. There is no context that they're like dancing with each other, but they're like dancing. And of course he goes on this rant about the fact that it's dudes dancing with dudes. Nobody else is talking about that. Everybody's just chilling, having a good time, getting warmed up, getting ramped up for the verses. But he feels the need to make a comment about that, and this is like streaming, like as they're setting up, he can go. That's it.
Oh,
He can go.
that's
Please.
what.
I don't care about his legacy. He hasn't really done anything that, he's not the first black comedian to like break. He can go. He can go. Take your little king of comedy crown and put the stuff in.
Fam said you're little.
Right, little.
I mean, he's been riding it
Wait for a minute now. It's been like 30 years, fam. Pack it up. Come on now.
Not 30 years.
The best thing about Steve Harvey is Lori Harvey. Hey, boo, how you doing? She's so fine.
Lori Harvey is fabulous.
She's
Fam
fantastic.
said the best thing about him is not even him.
And How to Date Again. Like,
She's just so fine. She deserves all the things. Anyway, but that's the best thing about Steve Harvey. That's it.
Fam said the best thing about him ain't him.
Right.
I love it. I
the
live.
Steve Harvey show. I love me some Regina as the princess.
Yeah. Okay. So the consensus, I said cancel. The three of y'all said he not even big enough to cancel. But they said if he was big enough to cancel.
Right.
Jax, Amina, what would you say?
I'd say don't cancel him. I don't like him.
No. If he was big enough to cancel, would you cancel?
I mean, he's been.
No.
The thing is, he's been canceled back to back to back. Like, he's done shit with people like, nah, we ain't fucking with him. Then he done something else. It's like, oh, nah, we ain't fucking with him again. Like, he's just gonna keep fucking up. Like,
I mean, my brain goes to the darkest thing you could do. And for me, it's like, even if you're big enough, if you're problematic, canceling only comes into play for me if you leave a wave of destruction behind you.
Okay.
What his work is, even if he was big enough in that respect, is not leaving a trail of destroyed lives behind him. Is it problematic? No more problematic than like Eminem. Like, it's no more problematic technically than Eminem.
True.
Like,
Calvin, you don't think like a man, act like a woman is actually destroying lives?
I don't
Because
think
I feel
anyone's
like
paying
it's definitely
attention to him.
a life or two.
One, I don't think anyone's paying enough attention to him. And number two,
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Hold on. Let me finish. Number one, I don't think anyone's paying like serious attention to whatever the fuck was in that. And number two, nothing he said there hasn't been said by somebody else before. Originally what I said is he hasn't had an original idea in a very long time. Nothing he's perpetuating isn't something that someone else hasn't perpetuated or isn't being perpetuated from 4 different angles. So for me, I'm just like, when I want to cancel someone, it's because the way that they have done their thing, it's one, left a wave of destruction behind him, but also it's on a level that, like, I'm looking around, I'm like, who does this type of shit? When I look at Steve Harvey, I'm like, niggas do this type of shit. Like, everyday niggas, special niggas.
Fam, streaming.
Sorry.
Oh, you can't. Oh, yeah, you can't.
Sorry. Whoops. Rap bleeps.
He means
regular
men.
nah.
bleeps of all colors. They all do the shit. So I'm just like, I would like to reserve my cancel for the truly, what's the SVU line?
Heinous.
Truly, yes, the truly heinous. Okay.
I got you,
That's my
Olivia.
cancel.
Elliot, I got y'all. Okay, so I hear you, but I would argue that just because you don't think it's occurring, I think that's coming from a place of you don't subscribe to that. That doesn't mean that there are not weak-minded individuals that are not falling for the everyday okie doke. And I wholeheartedly believe that because Steve Harvey's plastered faces on everything, and they're like, oh my God, I love Steve Harvey. And he is putting his stamp on it, his stamp of approval, that they're like, yeah, this is legit. Because that's like those them shape-ups that when those little waist trainers that no one was paying attention to, but the moment the Kardashians put them on, all of a sudden everybody was like, oh, they must work. Because it's been endorsed. That's what endorsements are. And so I would argue that it became far more, a much more dangerous message the moment he put a book out about it. The moment he made a movie with it, with Taraji, with Kevin. Like, you put people, like, you put some names in your movie. So you started perpetuating these harmful ideas about how to move in your relationships that didn't elevate like how to have healthy communication. Like it just, for me, I would argue that it's not that no one's really listening. It's we're not listening, but there's lots of people that would look. Those movies make money.
I mean, I'm not saying that they don't have a reach. I'm just saying. I guess for me, I'm just like, okay, if you're gonna cancel him, then you gotta cancel everybody that had the same idea as him, because he's literally not the first nor the special. What he did with his movies, other people, there are plenty of other movies that got just as much money that did the same exact message. So I'm just like,
you're not wrong. Hey, waifu, you're not wrong.
It's hard
I'm just saying, when you say that I don't think he is affecting people, I'm simply saying I would say that there are people they're just not. It's just, it may not be us. We may be like, act like a woman, think like a man, malarkey. But there are definitely people that feel the need to play these toxic ass mind games in their relationships. Hence my vote for cancel that like Nino. Feel me? That's my vote. But that's, we gonna change directions right quick. We're gonna change directions. Because we did kind of talk about his run as a king of comedy. We questioned that. Would you say his run as a king of comedy makes him a legend?
No.
That is today's time. Damn!
Wasn't even the funniest in that movie.
Thank you. I led with that, but thank you.
Dang.
The only joke I remember is the Titanic joke, and that was
it. Was a Titanic joke?
Yeah.
In one of the other comedy things, that was, or was it the Kings of Comedy? I can't remember which one it was.
It was. Yeah.
That was the only one that I was like, all right, that was kind of funny.
I remember Bernie's jokes. I remember Cedric's jokes when he was parking.
I know almost.
I even remember D.L. Hughley's jokes more than I remember Steve Harvey's jokes.
Steve Harvey was.
We're talking about what makes a legend, and so we was trying to figure out, is Steve Harvey a contender because he was a king of comedy? Is that an accolade that can make you a legend?
I guess.
So now I'm trying to like sift through, like, out of the kings of comedy, well, who would be? What do I even remember? And I'm like, I remember everybody but Steve.
I think
Logic is like, who we talk about?
I think the whole idea of the Kings of Comedy, Queens of Comedy, the idea was legendary, but not necessarily every person who participated.
Bernie Mac, legend. Bernie Mac is legend.
Without question.
Without question. Definitely. Okay.
Cedric is a legend.
Cedric, legend.
Is of
D.L.
like,
Hughley, legend.
Not in the way that Bernie Mac is.
Wait, yeah, so there are levels. Okay, so in what way then? So how are we?
In the way where it's like we got to see him portray a black family on TV. In that way, that didn't happen a lot when he did it. That wasn't something that happened often. Before him, it was Bill Cosby and
Logic said, "Throw D.L. Hughley ass out." He ain't no lie. Wait.
Yeah. Aside, but like as far as like community wise, like I remember watching the Hughleys on TV because I was like, that's rare. I didn't see that a lot.
But Bernie Mac played a family man.
But that was after.
That was
after. D.L. Hughley went first, and then Bernie went. That's why Bernie was able to go, because he went. So, in that regard, I could see, him like community wise, yeah. But in the way,
but also the Wayans.
The Wayans, they legends. The Wayans got legend there.
Is that even a question?
The legend. That whole fucking family legend.
Not all of them. Hold on.
All right, wait.
Hold on.
The legacy. The legacy of the Wayans is legendary.
The legacy of the Wayans.
It's the brothers. The sister man.
First of all,
Kim! You can't sleep on Kim. Wait a minute. You can't sleep.
Shout out to Kim Wayne.
What we get into?
We can't sleep on now. Hold on.
We can't talk about it because if we talk about it, somebody gonna
Ooh,
get that.
I don't know. Logic, Richard Pryor.
Legendary, then a legendary for the culture.
Yeah,
because I feel like some people are legendary for the culture, like culture level legend,
right.
And then there's universal legend,
right?
And
Period.
those are very different.
Everybody
Can you be legendary and problematic though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you?
Most legends are problematic. They go hand in hand.
That's what makes you a legend. That's why
What? No, I reject that.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to think a legend is above being problematif because at the point at the beginning point, legend or not, they're human. So
like Richard Pryor level problematic.
Yeah, Richard Pryor, legendary but problematic. I mean,
can I put a question mark next to my vote for? Because at first, before I read about what he did to my girl, I was like, of course, without question. But now that I know what you did, Billy, thank you, you beautiful angel. Billy, now that you've joined us, Billy, we're talking about who and or what are the greatest legends we have. Oh, look, Billy spamming our emotes, guys. We're talking about that we got out there. We're talking about who or what are the legends. What makes them a legend? Can you lose your legendary status?
It's hard.
What are the different levels of legendary, living and or dead? So we're talking about all types of like Queen. Is the whole band of Queen, or is it just Freddie Mercury?
Oh wait.
I got questions.
He would have been good on his solo. I'm just saying. Yeah, it was the whole band.
Relax.
Okay.
Doing a little
Don't
much.
do it if you want to get to it.
Doing a little much. I have strong opinions on this because of how I feel about Queen and Freddie Mercury. Listen, okay, so
we're listening.
Freddie, he was problematic as hell, bless his beautiful heart. But he is a legend. And he's also a cultural legend because not only was he a part of Queen, he was also a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. And he was one of the first, I guess, famous figureheads of that era for our community. So yes, he is a legend by himself. Queen, but Queen is legendary in a different way. So, yes.
Jax, would you like to? Do you have a rebuttal?
I don't have a rebuttal. I'm just saying that it was all of them together.
But not all of them together was gay.
I'm not saying that his gayness, makes him not a legendary person by himself. But I'm saying he wouldn't have been known if he wasn't in the band. I'm just saying he wouldn't have made a solo.
You could say that the other way around. They would not have been known if he wasn't in the band.
Okay,
period.
but again, he helped them. They all worked together. Because if that was because wasn't I don't know how true the movie was, but point blank, he wasn't Caucasian. Am I right? Wasn't he another race? And it was extremely racist to him.
Yes.
All right then. So he wouldn't have made it solo. That's what I'm saying. They had to be together.
Debatable.
And then he helped them.
Can we split the difference and agree that if Freddie Mercury didn't pass away, he would have at least achieved legendary status by himself? Because obviously, he was, he was a front man, but he was well into separating himself, right?
And the way, and the way they portray it, it sounds like many of the when it came to the songs and the ideas, the way the movie portrays it at the very least, it seems like when they were when the producers and execs were we need to cut it, and he was no, do it this way. It seems like he was very much the mind that's
right.
Just the way the movie portrays it. The movie could be taking liberties.
But they worked really well together.
I agree.
You can always have another band, but if the band ain't doing right, it's what the fuck is you here for?
But to be honest, how many legendary bands lost their front runner and didn't slap the same? Come on. How many legendary based off your definition, how many legendary bands lost their front runner and didn't slap the same?
I wouldn't necessarily say no. I'm gonna say a band, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're legendary yet. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Didn't Mike leave fucking Linkin Park and then came back and Linkin Park was still running without Mike? I'm just saying. Even though Mike's other band was still doing good. I'm just saying.
It wasn't Mike more of a producer for Linkin Park? It wasn't the lead. The person who was lead was the one who committed suicide.
It was like him and Chester together.
It was
but Chester was
Yeah,
the
but
first.
Chester
Why,
was
Food? You're so sweet.
But I'm saying
Yeah,
but they were
everybody.
still going without him though. They still were doing well.
Yeah, because Chester,
Y'all gotta get in on this conversation. Y'all gotta give us some legendary people to debate.
Chester's voice will make you cry.
Of course.
we think they
I'm
are,
saying-
but I don't know if the world necessarily would view them that way. But you know, for all the little young emo kids, we see them as legendary.
We do. Y'all are seen. We were you were we.
Right. Who's another legend? Next thing.
Okay, I have a question. Would Destiny's Child be legendary?
Absolutely.
With or without Michelle?
I
got questions.
They defend her to the
Yeah, do not do that.
I just got.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ooh, wait. Leandra brought up a good one. If Adam Levine left Maroon 5, they not.
It's
That's
over. Period.
He's
Period.
right. It's
Period.
not. He's absolutely right.
But that's the point.
That's
Sometimes the front runner is the band, fam. Sometimes.
Like if Brandon Urie left Panic at the Disco, are they? We're all gonna panic.
I'm dead. I'm crying.
I'm a panic. I don't care.
No more punnies.
No, but really though, valid.
No, but that's hella valid. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't even be Maroon 5. They would just be Pink.
Is there a difference between a popular legend by popularity versus legend by like stats?
Wait,
or is it all the same?
Don't get me started.
Don't you get your status from popularity?
I mean,
you don't get your status from popularity.
So where does your status come from?
You get your status. It's more than popularity. It's like being beloved. That's where that, like, it don't matter.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's where it comes from. It's not about, people know who you are.
Because like Beyonce's popular, but Michael Jackson was beloved. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But
okay,
everybody knows who Blueface is, and he's not a legend.
Hold on.
Who the fuck is a Blueface?
The fact that you had to throw in that jab, loving to hate is a part of it. So Beyonce
Wait, what?
is beloved.
Wait, what jab? Wait! I'm not coming for B. I'm just for my context to understand. I like Beyonce. I'm always singing Halo. I love me some Hello. Wait a minute. But I do see the difference. Like I do see that if Beyonce, for me personally, as much as I love me a good Beyonce tune, for me personally, if Beyonce and Michael Jackson was in the room, I'm going for Michael because I definitely see a difference.
It's not in the same. You can't do that. You can only do Michael and Prince. You cannot put Michael against anybody else, and you can't put Prince against anybody else. That's not
true.
I second that notion.
But this is for me why I'm like, for my contextual brain, for me to when she said there was a difference between popularity and then and that's why I was like, oh, when I
because Beyonce is beloved, so don't trip.
But I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm simply saying in my head, when I think beloved, I instinctually think Michael Jackson. That's where I go. When I think popular, I instinctually, because for me, I'm thinking my progression of like who I love and who I think. that's why I'm like, from my context.
Yeah, like once people are dying for you, like that's next.
It's not
Wait,
funny.
what?
People were passing out, like they were fainting, like it was a whole.
Yeah.
I escorted out in an ambulance, like
people getting crushed against the little shits, so they wouldn't get up to him. Like it was a lot.
Sorry, can I say really quickly? I don't think that Prince is at the level of Michael Jackson in those terms. So I don't think Prince can even go up against him in that. Prince can go up against him in attitude because Prince was the only one that actively let you know that he doesn't like Michael Jackson. It would like get in his face and troll the nigga.
I love it.
Streaming!
Oh. The N-word. To be honest.
Can't say that word on this stream. Okay. Stop.
Oh wait, you can't even see.
Listen, Linda.
Like I feel like people give like Nicki Minaj legendary status, but I feel like that's a popularity legendary status.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
When you want to stop?
Listen, I'm like,
you want me to be the bad guy, huh?
I can't allow this. I can't allow this.
This is like slander. I don't even want to hear this.
I'm parched.
I don't know about legendary yet.
Yeah, I think that's a little. Legendary is a little strong, but she's not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's not a superstar. I'm not saying she doesn't have talent. I'm saying some people take it legendary, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, she's not a legend. It's not like she's Kimberly Denise Jones or anything. But we won't go there right now.
Okay, is Lil' Kim a legend?
Period. Legend. Period. That's it.
Foxy Brown.
Period. That's it.
She's the whole government. I'm saying like who?
Right.
Foxy Brown still? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I say yes, it's not for like Little Kim's reason, but
MC Light, definitely.
We not there.
Hell yes. No, I see it. Logic put in the chat. Hell yes.
Foxy, because Foxy had Little Brown Girl So Happy to Be Brown. When she was out, there wasn't nobody out happy to be brown at that time, and she was out, and she was on the corner of Brooklyn over there with her hair and her shades and all of them. I'm gonna be Foxy Brown. That is what makes her a legend to me, because she made little brown girls love themselves so hard and sweat themselves, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all the antics. So that's why Foxy will always have a warm and fuzzy place in the legendary piece of my heart, because she really did her thing. So maybe not musically the way Little Kim did, but for sure changing the trajectory of how Black people see themselves, absolutely.
So would she count as like a culture legend?
Yes.
Culture legend. Okay. Yeah. So they okay. Would Eve be a legend? Oh, we said it at the same time, Logic.
Eve is a great rapper. She definitely could throw down, but like,
God.
I don't know.
You about to hurt me?
Look, she had the show, and I loved her show. I forget what the name of it was. Was it Eve? Was it named after her?
It was Eve.
She had a show.
She had a show. I forgot her name though.
I love the show. I feel like she's culture legend. I'll give her that, maybe culture legend. Like she made a lot of moves that like you didn't really see female rappers doing that. Like you does that make sense? Like yes. I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like she was one of the first female rappers that was also like able to transition fully into mainstream, where it's like, yes, your white kids can watch her on a show and watch her be comedic and it not be that hard stance that you typically associate with the rap chick. Like, you know what I mean?
Period.
So I would say, yeah, she was definitely a culture legend.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah? Hell yes.
Period.
Not even a question.
did it. Okay, so it wasn't Eve first. It was Queen Latifah. My bad. I knew it was against somebody.
Yes.
Definitely Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah's she's all around.
You and I see why.
She's literally a legend on all the fronts.
On
like,
all the fronts. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about Whoopi.
Wait.
That's not even a question.
Yeah,
Not
like,
even up for debate.
We don't even gotta really debate that because there is no debate. Like that's
Absolute legend.
Literally ground.
Legend. And they did her dirty.
You want to talk about the first person to actively display unconventional beauty? We're talking about Whoopi Goldberg. Hello? Okay, that's it. That's the sentence.
Loretta Devine.
That's her grandma.
Love of my life. That's my grandmother. Love of my life. Absolute legend.
Yeah, everybody, grandma, auntie, like everybody. Everybody's family.
Can I ask what makes her a legend?
Can I say she is a legend? I think she might be a step above culture legend. Like whatever we're putting her in there, because like we see her as everybody's auntie, but like her career has been going for so long that my mother sees her a completely different way.
Right.
And
that's why she's legendary.
In the original Dream Girl.
Yes.
Like the Broadway show.
Yeah.
Like people don't know it. Like she deserves all her flowers.
Period.
Jennifer Lewis.
Yes. Auntie Jen, of course.
It's her laugh for me. If anything, she got that legendary hey, like what she, I love when she fucking does that. She kills me. That memoir of hers. Oh yes. If you haven't read it, you should. That memoir is amazing. Gregory Hines. Ooh.
Oh yes.
Hell yes.
Ooh, yes. The love
Hell
that I had
yes.
for that man back when he was Larry.
Famous.
Not at all.
Denzel Washington.
That's my baby.
Legendary.
That's my baby.
We don't even gotta talk
Is
about
it
that.
legendary talent? Like, is it legend? Like, are we saying that they're
All the things.
all the things?
It's
Okay.
crazy. He could keep his same voice in everything he plays, and it's still a different character. I don't
Yeah, exactly. Like always sounds the same, but he never.
He's a different character, but his voice does not change at all. Like,
So then, does that put him like James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman, all of them in the same?
No, let's not get
No.
Everyone's on it. They're like a step.
They're all
Because you said it's the same voice, but it's a different. It's James Earl Jones. You got a distinct ass voice.
Right.
Yes, that's why he's like a
voice-wise, Denzel doesn't touch them at all because their
No,
voice is
I was just. She literally said he uses the same voice, but it's a different character, and I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking same voice.
Because you know how people play different characters and like they take a different tone, like they change up, but like literally it's his voice.
She's saying that his sound is like immediately recognizable no matter what role.
Right, and that's why I went with people who have like the moment I hear you.
Let me tell you why that's no. Because anybody who's ever played God is a different level of legendary. Any voice like Mufasa, Jesus, like that is a different level of legendary than Denzel. I'm just saying. Like Morgan,
because now we're gonna think God is gonna sound
exactly right.
And you get to that.
There are children who think that God sounds like Morgan Freeman, and that is a different level of legendary. And I don't even want to debate it. The facts are the facts.
Okay. Bruce Willis. Yo.
I like him a lot, but
not legendary for us. Probably legendary.
Yeah, maybe for a different group of folk. But for me, not
really. You would say he's not even a legendary action star?
I like it.
I think. Yeah, maybe a legendary action star, but so is what is the guy? Who's the guy? What's his name?
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, that one. Liam Neeson.
I wouldn't put Liam nowhere near Bruce. Personally.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't
know.
know.
The only person that is better than Bruce is the guy that played in Crank. I can't remember his name.
Statham, Jason Statham. But I still wouldn't put the. Hey, but come on, we talk about Die Hard.
Yeah, I love.
We talk about Lilu Dallas Multipass. Come on.
Fifth Element. That's
Oh wait. Well, we got Logic saying De Niro. What about De Niro?
Always till the day he dies. Yes.
Pacino?
That's my baby.
Pacino. Yes.
Scarface?
I mean, they definitely had legendary roles.
Well,
legendary
okay, so
things they did.
De Niro is
legendary work, but maybe not them themselves. So De Niro himself is legendary, but Pacino just takes legendary roles.
Yes.
Because I forgot, what was that thing he did with Keanu Reeves when he played the lawyer? I can't remember it, but
it's the Devil's Advocate.
Yes. But I don't know that. I feel like we all know his name. So doesn't that kind of no?
Who?
No, we don't remember the role.
Pacino, I personally.
Legendary roles and legendary actors are not the same thing. So,
you don't think Pacino's a legendary actor?
I think he's a legendary actor. We don't.
I think he's a legendary actor.
He's known for more than Scarface. He is known for more than Scarface.
No, thank you.
I mean,
we're talking about what makes people legends right now. So if you have any legends that you want us to debate, drop it in chat. That's what we're arguing about right now. I would argue that Pacino's definitely. I say he's legendary. I say Pacino's legendary. I
wouldn't debate that. I wouldn't debate you, but I just feel like De Niro slaps harder for me in the legendary department.
Can't they both be legendary? It's space. Will Ferrell. Is he legendary?
No, they don't let black people be legendary. Italian people.
I hate you.
I'll say Leonardo Dicaprio is a legendary actor.
I love Will Ferrell, I do, but I don't know. I think
Leonardo DiCaprio is legendary to me.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes, because we was waiting so long for him to get that fucking Oscar.
Yes,
facts.
I'm not gonna front. I did cry for him when he got it.
Facts. We did Denzel. Logic, you missed it. We did Denzel.
I cried for him when he got his Oscar. So yes, he is legendary. Yes, he is.
Leonardo is definitely legendary. Brad Pitt. Yo, the eye roll. Come on, listen. I'm not gonna lie. Interview with a Vampire is my shit. That's my shit. That's my shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
My
with
love
Lil
for
Kristen and
Louis.
Ooh, Jamie Foxx. Is Jamie Foxx legendary? Yo, the face? Yes!
Yeah.
He's legend. The Jamie Foxx show?
Legendary as fuck. No, I'm not even going to front. His talent is through.
That man is legendary.
He should have been popular a hell of a lot earlier than he got his break, because that man, one, is hilarious.
Yeah.
TV show that brought a lot of people. How he did Ray, like
that man is a legend.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx for sure is a. I'm sorry, Noah. I know. Yes, Jamie Foxx is a legend. He is a legend.
He's so multi-hyphenate. It's not even funny.
I got a question. Vanilla Ice.
Are you talking about Mel Gibson object?
Because
and right now. Anything. What you said?
He opened the door. He opened the door for Eminem, you know?
How did he even do that? There's no way.
Thank you. Please, somebody. Say something.
Milli Vanilli.
No, the Beastie Boys.
Absolutely, the Beastie Boys. Yes. Vanilla Ice.
Wait, the Beastie Boys are they legendary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've never listened
legendary
to
house. Martin Lawrence definitely legendary. Not even a debate.
Wait.
Brave.
Wait.
What happened?
What'd you say, Maddie?
I've never listened to a single song of the Beastie Boys, so I can't interject.
You know what? That's not even true. You just don't know it. That's how legendary they are. I'm not even going to accept that. You just don't know. You've heard them. You've heard them. I'm not even going to.
Especially if you watch K-pop. They come up in K-pop a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean K-pop. K-dramas. They come up in them a lot.
Yeah, you've definitely heard a Beastie Boys song. I'm not even. We gonna pretend you didn't say that. Anyway.
Is Gabrielle Union legendary?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's just throwing out. That's what's happening.
No, but I'm about to tell you. You're a legend. First of all, I can back it up.
Back it up. Back it up. That's what we're here for. Backing it up. Back.
Union is the original It Girl legendary. Whole 90s legendary. Hair, perm, outfit, cute, purse to match legendary in everything she was ever in. Bring it on legendary. I don't want to hear about it.
I'm not saying that she's not legendary.
What you saying then?
I'm just saying, like, we gotta have a discussion.
What are we discussing? What's to discuss?
I just immediately say yes.
What's to discuss? It's Gabrielle. You know her name. You know her name. Stop acting like you don't know.
I think she's a cultural and social legend. One, for all of the roles she's taken. So, like, what was that one with Vivica Fox and like Morris Chestnut?
Two can play that game.
Yes.
Bring It On. She was in Think Like a Man. Like she comes, and she was even in 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, and all of those roles, I'm just like, who is that girl? Like, before I knew her name, like, oh my god,
original It Girl.
Jack said no to Halle Berry.
Phenomenal job.
After that,
and I think
where she played Catwoman.
Oh yeah, she lost.
Wasn't she the first black girl on Friends too? Like, real talk.
Yes.
Legendary. Hello.
Yes.
Halle Berry, legendary.
Nah.
Not the way.
What? Come on.
Not the way she did Catwoman. No.
I concur. Not the way she did Storm. Let's talk about Storm.
Stop blaming Halle Berry for Catwoman and start blaming the people that made that damn movie. Okay?
No, not the way she played Aurora Monroe. No, absolutely fucking not. No.
Introduce the movie.
I don't know.
Not the way she played Storm.
See, Halle Berry, I feel like is an
Angela
example
Bassett,
of that
not an argument. She's a legend.
That status legendary, where it's like, yes, she's the first black woman to like win an Oscar or something, and that's about where it stops. For me.
Do we? Pretty much. Fam said that's where it stops.
That's a huge accolade, though. That is a huge accolade.
It is. So, like, I'm not going away from that, but that's where it stops.
She's everything.
Wait, she was the first.
But that's why I asked. Yeah, that's why I asked about the whole, like, do we have legendaries that are like, okay, popularity or something, and then we have the legendaries that it's like status they were able to achieve.
Noah said first black. Stop. Don't matter. You're right. You absolutely right.
For her status, then sure, yes, because she achieved the damn.
She achieved greatness or whatever.
But for me personally, I yawn. You know,
she ruined Storm, and I'm forever upset about it.
I think she did a pretty good Storm.
You don't know Storm. Shh.
I don't blame her for that.
She didn't do
I blame her. She was the actor. What do you mean? It's her fault.
She was the person literally controlling the way that
you have to bring the character to. Alexandria Shipp had to play Storm, and she did a better job, in my personal opinion.
Well, that's not fair. The time difference.
Want her to. People say no. Play it this way. You're gonna do it this way. That's literally what she could have been putting up against.
Yeah, like a lot of time has passed since she played Storm. When she was playing Storm, she didn't have the leeway that some of the actors of color have now. Like, no, I want to play it this way. So it's like she really just, and you know, and it's like she doesn't have the say so that say what's his name who plays Captain America.
I was about to say Steve Rogers. Good Lord, Chris Evans.
Yeah, right. If Chris Evans was like, I want to play him this way, they would be more likely to listen to him than they would Halle Berry. Like,
fair enough.
Especially at that time.
She just don't give me the tingly black girl feeling, so that's probably why she don't give it to me.
Storm is my favorite Marvel character. No, I can't let it go.
Black legendary.
Wait, who?
Brandy. Tingly black girl feeling. She is that feeling. That's who Brandy is.
She Roger, like after the Black Cinderella, forever it girl for me. That's it.
First of all, Barbie doll. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's it.
True.
Barbie doll. That's it.
True. Monique.
Absolutely.
I think she's like a legend to us. I don't think the world views her.
Yeah, no.
So culture legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like the tip top of culture
She
legend
deserves
for
more
me.
than what she
Yeah,
got.
she deserves so much more than what she got.
What she got? Okay.
To us, yes, she is a legend, but not to the
Because
world.
she was doing great up until right after Precious, and then she was cast to the side. She couldn't even do nothing. She couldn't grow. Like that wasn't her peak. She had just hit. She was ready to break through the roof.
Yeah.
And they was like, nah, you gonna pull a plug.
But for
Tyler
us,
Perry.
Who?
There's not a single.
Yo, your face. Is Tyler Perry a legend?
Yeah. Tyler Perry is a legend. Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry
would say
is a
yes.
legend.
I would say yes. Like, we may not like all of his stuff and he may need to work on some things, but you can't take away opening one of the first Black owned biggest studio lots, naming them after a bunch of Black people. The amount of actors he's put on the map through his plays and his movies before anyone was checking for them. You know, like, I just, based off of that alone,
You suppose.
you know, yeah, like, I don't always like his content. You know, he definitely has some patterns that we're just like, really, bruh, really? But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm always going to be a proponent of there being such a variety in presentation and content from Black people, because white people get to do that all the time. They get to have their jackasses and stupid movies that make no sense, and their Leonardo Dicaprio Oscar award-winning movies as well, and no one's looking at them as the singular representation of that race. So I'm always going to be
mad at the next one I'm about to ask about.
I'm gonna be a proponent of the Love and Hip Hop as much as the Black Panthers, as much as the John Hughes, as much as the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because because we are that diverse.
Yeah, we deserve variety because we are variety.
Wide range. So like Tyler Perry is where he's at because he has an audience. There are people who full on that's their life playing out on television for him.
Mm-hmm.
I just need him to upgrade
Just tighten
wigs.
up the wigs, boo. But we love you. Tighten the wigs up, though. But we love you.
Everything is great. We just upgrade the wigs. I know we have to save money for the studio. Now it's time to buy the wigs.
The studio finished, so now you gotta.
He's literally the only guy on record to ever make Shamar Moore look ugly.
Yes.
Oh.
Goodness gracious. That's a talent.
Ugly. Like that's difficult.
Lord.
That is difficult.
Ooh, Nia Long.
That's my baby, but
legend though. Is she a legend?
No, she's not. She's not, but that's really my baby.
She's iconic.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love an icon, but she's not a legend. But
Yeah. Okay. She made having short haircuts so cute. For me, I don't know if someone else came before her, but for me, having that short little haircut, she rocked it. I wanted to have short hair all the time after I saw her.
Debbie Friday. Woo. Come on now.
All the time.
Lorenz Tate.
I don't even know
his lack of aging is legendary. His lack of aging is
legendary.
Prime Black don't crack at all. That is.
I think he's right there with Nia Long though. He's an icon, but I don't think the world sees him as legendary. But he's definitely an icon.
Leon from Five Heartbeats and the Temptation.
Noel's dad.
Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. Your boy.
He's culturally legendary because a lot of white people don't know who he is. Honestly, unfortunately, a lot of white people cannot recognize him, but we love him.
This started a not an argument, but a interesting discussion in the group chat. Soldier Boy.
All right. Let me sit up and get right.
Whoa! I don't know enough.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you wasn't there, you gotta chill on this because I was there, and I'm gonna tell you, Soldier Boy was it.
Tell him, Soldier Boy. Tell him.
Let me tell you, because nobody was doing the YouTube shit before Soldier Boy. I'm telling you, it's like Young Draco, like top tier. Like it's Young Draco. Like he again, obviously not worldwide, but. Even the little white kids was doing the Superman. I'm just saying. They was on YouTube learning to dance with a 5-foot-10 t-shirts and baggy jeans. I'm just saying. I was not there. I was there, and it was something to behold. So he definitely has a place in the community of that status. You know what I mean? He definitely has that piece. I wouldn't go as far as to be like, legend. I think that's strong, but I think he thinks he's a legend, and that's what counts.
Oh yeah, the way he be acting on Love and Hip Hop, he straight thinks he's the godfather of like rap.
He is. In his mind, you gotta have that confidence,
right? For the internet now, but for the internet though, he did really give birth to these sons.
He really, was the SoundCloud of the time, essentially.
Really, all these bitches really want his sons for the internet. I will say that, but I mean, he takes it a little far, but definitely top tier.
Bow Wow.
Ice Cube.
Bow Wow. Let me tell you something about Shad, right? So,
not Mr. Moss,
because that's who he is now. But when he was Bow Wow, I wouldn't say it was I wouldn't say it's legendary, but he's been everywhere for a very long time. Like, there's no other way I could say it. Like, he's been around for a very long. Like, I'm talking about jumping on the bed.
6 years old.
Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice video a long time. I'm talking about that a long time. Before he even came out as his own Bow Wow, that's how he got his name, from Snoop Dogg. He gave it to him. So it's been a minute. Yeah. I wouldn't say he was
I think he was close. He was close before he went down. He was close because I mean, you're talking about a kid who was performing songs at 6 years old on stage.
Right. Yeah.
Like acting, rapping, and then creating a movie career from that and all these other things. I don't really think there were young child rappers doing that to that extent. Like they got roll bounce and all this other shit and lottery ticket. Like you were having kid rappers do that. Right. They might make a cameo on a show, like Little Romeo cameoed on DL Hughley's show, and that's about it.
Chill. Don't violate. Listen, I agree with all that. I don't know if I would say it was legendary. I wouldn't even know if I would say icon, but he is a top tier cultural figure. Like, I could say that. He's definitely a part of what makes the culture what it is today. I could say that, but I wouldn't say legend.
Okay.
What about P. Diddy and Will Smith?
I was about to go to the next. Actually, I think I was about to say like Master P.
We not. Watch what you say, bro. Watch what you say, bro. All right. Because you know I'm about to go in.
No, we ain't getting to my favorite person that I'm going to trash once we get to his name.
Who's your favorite person?
He's not my favorite. He's Zayn fucking with hard.
I will punch you on the stream right now because I know exactly who she's talking about.
Text us.
So
Diddy's a legend, yeah. Period. Cultural legend.
He just doesn't know how to help keep other people's career up. I'll be right back.
Wait, what?
I'll be right back.
Wait, what happened?
Uh-oh. Hold on. I will keep it hot for you, love. Go see what's going on over there.
I'm about to. This is why I don't have kids in real life.
Okay, breathe for a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. Our dogs are acting a fool, so you gotta excuse her. But Diddy, legend. Yes. My issue with Diddy is that he's so good at procuring gold, but he has a hard time keeping it shiny. That's my issue with Diddy. Like, he could find the hits, he could make them, he could turn them into anything. Had him walking across the Brooklyn Bridge for some cheesecake. You know what I mean? That's icon shit. You know, but he just as quickly as they burn out. That's my issue with Diddy. But you know, overall though, definitely legendary. Just because of who he brought to the table, it's not really a debate. Like just because of what if it wasn't for Diddy, we wouldn't have half the artists we know now, and that's just the facts, including my auntie Mary J. Blige. Hey auntie, but yeah, that's the facts are the facts. Definitely legend. So
yeah, he legend. He legend, Pac legend, Big legend.
Will Smith is legend.
Will Smith legend. I mean, I am legend, legend.
Bye. Come on, fam.
Is Jada Pinkett legend?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I give her iconic.
You don't think Jada a legend?
Low down.
No, I give her iconic. I don't think she's legend.
Really?
I disagree with that.
I do. I think I do. No, I do too. I do.
I mean, hey, that's good fine.
Set it off.
I mean, but it's.
I think she picked some legendary roles.
She had legendary roles,
like being in
but and Set It Off, I was more focused on Queen Latifah's character, if I'm being 100% honest.
That's fair, but you know, I mean,
I think where I'm going with is like, maybe I agree. Like separately, Jada is just like iconic, but there's Will, and then there's Jada, and then there's Will and Jada, and I think Will and Jada have achieved status.
Legendary, yes. As a couple, they are legendary. Especially with the way that they raise their kids, that kind of creative freedom is not something we see often in Black families.
Yeah, they've achieved accolades together that like grant them legendary status. So she's almost legendary by proxy on her own, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Because I mean, Red Table Talk, like, I don't know too many shows before Red Table Talk that were like using Facebook as their main platform for distribution. Like, oh, watch us on Facebook at this time live. You know what I mean? That was like very different.
Okay. I had one in my head and I can't remember. Oh, I was going
Jim
with
Carrey.
Oh, legend.
Jim Carrey?
Without a doubt. Not even
legendary. I was gonna go with Master P.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Master P.
You might have walked on a cultural legend for real with that one. You might have you might have stepped on the gang with that one because
Master P.
He was the first black businessman, period. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
The first person to be a rap business.
Yeah.
So cultural legend.
Definitely cultural legend. For a lot of Black people, cultural legends are legends. Like the way we just recognizing that other
Juice Box said make her say, Juice Box. So cultural legend. Right. So Juice Box, we're discussing who's a legend, what makes them a legend. We're just trying to figure out, like trying to qualify what who's a legend, how they a legend, why they a legend. So if you got anybody that you want us to discuss, like that's what we're trying to figure out right now. And you walked in on Master P is a cultural legend.
Okay, so just for Zay,
I will punch you dead in your jaw right now.
I'm just saying, I just do everything.
Because it's not even a debate. I want to get this guy on the team right now. I really don't. Like, all right,
JC, what do you think about JC?
I will punch you in your face. Everybody. I'm about to get so mad on this stream. I'm a whole new person. I'm telling you right now.
It's old.
Oh man, Reezy, hi.
Thank you.
It's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z was legendary for his impact on the rap game. I would say the culture. Period. Juice box.
Okay, so you guys.
I don't want to get punched by proxy.
I'm getting so mad right now.
I feel like he could be considered legendary on like a more than cultural scale, just because of he's kind of given people a visual of all the ways we can infiltrate institutions that we thought we never could. Like, he may not have owned NFL, but the fact that he even had a time where he was trying to sit down with them to get a portion of it, I don't think anyone was thinking that they could get that high. Yeah. So the other balls for him to even try it is like, okay, you legendary, because you have to have some cojones to even attempt the shit.
Period.
You know what I mean?
Period.
So I feel like some of his ideas and his ways of going about it have made him legendary.
Right.
I would like, if Master P is the first mogul to come out of being a rapper, like start up being a rapper, then Jay-Z would have to be the second.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing no wrong things right now.
Right. And then like he even said it in his lyrics. He said, "I'm a businessman," and he literally like took that and like showed us what he meant by that. Right. And it takes me back to that image of him and being in front of the Mona Lisa, like just in the Louvre, like that. He was really trying to show us like the blueprints for like damn album. Shit, full circle. Like just like that is iconic, and I do believe legendary, because I also believe part of what makes a person legendary is your ability to transcend across cultures. And he wasn't just for us. He had other people, different nationalities, spitting his bars, and they felt him.
His vision was legendary. I mean, like, what other rapper was thinking to do a collaboration with Linkin Park?
On their facts.
You know what I mean? He made it popular. I feel like he was partly the reason why rappers now are like, yeah, let me go outside the box. You know, let me try something that rap normally wouldn't associate with, like country music or like Jay-Z didn't do those things, but he showed rap doesn't just have to be in this box. You know what I mean? Like, rock music and rap can go hand in hand, bruh.
Period. Thank you very much for y'all commentary. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
She just gets so.
You already know what it is. You already know. That's it.
I feel like she was saying, "Thank you for making the right choice," because you said something.
It is.
That's in real life what she's really.
What about Nas?
Yes.
I also believe that Nas is a legend, because I believe, like, I legitimately. So when I start my math class, I play music, right? I usually try to pick like a motivational song, something that like gets the kids like a little bit hyped, because I know most of them are like, math is hard. So I try to, here's like 3 to 5 minutes of like some heavy music. And I played Nas's I Can. And I thought I was putting the kids on to something, because like my kids are 12, so I didn't think any of y'all would know. And like some of my kids was like, yes, this is and I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all are like 12. Why do y'all know? And of course, for them to be 12, like their parents are like my age, so it's not unusual for their parents to play Ether. but still for that.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Jay-Z and Nas is legendary just for that, because they started the right way to have a rap beef. That didn't actually go, because if you think about it, the first people that mattered to us to have a rap beef, it ended in death. So when Jay and Nas did it, it actually made them both a lot of fucking money. And that's how you're supposed to do a rap beef. You're not supposed to end up actually dead, shooting up the scene, spinning the block. Like, none of that's supposed to actually happen. You're supposed to diss on the track and then have people buy the diss track and make your money off of the track. They were the first people to do that successfully. Yeah. So yes. What happened?
No, Nicki Minaj.
Oh. I mean, yeah, that was successful too. I mean, but Jay and Nas did it before them.
No, I'm saying they also did it.
Yes.
Wait, who
Killing
did
each
what?
other, right? No, she was saying Nick and Rem was able to do like the rap beef thing without killing each other, and I think that's
We did P Diddy already, Juice Box.
important.
Yeah, we did. We said Diddy is definitely legendary status because he definitely has an ear and an eye for the talent. He just has a definitely has a difficult time holding on to that and helping other people achieve
And
their
paying
greatness.
people, allegedly.
Oh. Allegedly. That is always our word of the day. Allegedly. Yeah.
What about TV shows? Are there legendary TV shows or whatever that like cross generations?
Shouldn't we save that for the classics episode? Where we discuss like what is a
Oh, okay.
when we discuss classics and iconic shows and movies.
Okay.
I have one for y'all. Spice Girls. Are they legendary?
Icons, not legends.
Really?
Icons living.
Icons, not
As Jaden
legends.
Smith would say.
Huh.
You're mad at
I can't stand Jax. Why? What makes them not legendary?
Because not everybody knows them.
Isn't that like an age gap though right now?
No. Nope.
Because I know kids right now that can sing a Michael Jackson song. At
Word
least
for
one.
word.
At least one.
Word for word.
At least one.
I knew it. Okay.
I wanna,
Wait, but you just said you can't compare anyone to Michael Jackson other than Prince. You can't use that as an example, Jack.
Even if we took that away, for me, I feel like the Spice Girls is not. They're icons because they have movies, they have merch, they have candy and shit. But to me, they're not legends because.
Ooh, that's a good one, Juice Box.
But they had a game. Nah. They legendary because they had a game on a fucking PlayStation. The Spice Girls game. I don't know. Well, Def Jam was the next game they had.
I was about to say you're
but
wildin'.
They was the first to have a game based on them. I give them legendary.
I would say they're the perfect example of popular legend.
Yeah,
Like,
popular legends. If we're gonna make a category for them,
For pop
then
legends,
fine.
but I thought Michael.
honestly, they had people saying.
Yo, we're about to fight. Britney Spears, I would say she's Britney Spears, she's legendary.
Not debatable. We're not even.
She's legendary.
Yeah, we're not. No, Britney Spears is a legend. Period. That's it.
Popular. They're legendary. Yes. So we agreed that Spice Girls is legendary by popular status, but Britney Spears is definite. What about
It's just
Pink?
legendary. Like
If we're going by the Britney Spears, Pink. Yo, the push up.
I got silent because I don't want to say the wrong thing because I love Pink so much.
I like Pink too.
But
is
she
she legendary?
She's not legendary.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think she's legendary.
She's not legendary.
She's iconic.
Is Justin Timberlake legendary?
JT, come on now. Listen,
No.
hold on. Hey, he lost it. Yeah, Asia, wait, listen to Asia. He lost it.
He had it, and then he fucked up.
Yeah, he lost it.
When did he fuck her?
When he ripped sis titty patch off.
First of all, wait.
Didn't defend her.
Excuse me, hold on. Ain't no sis. Say her name. It's Janet Jackson. Ain't no sis. What are you?
Janet a tire off by accident. I don't know if it was by accident, whatever the fuck it was, and didn't defend her. Like, they left her dead. Like,
But I will tell you,
helped you get to this stage, essentially.
But I'll tell you what, he was on his way with that Justified album, though. That shit was Pete's rock. I'm just gonna say that. But he lost it. NSYNC had him because you know what? Everybody was waiting for him to fail after he went solo. So the fact that he didn't fail after he went solo was really making him climb up there. But then he started tripping, so he had to take the L on him.
I would say he's iconic because people still like Cry Me a River. Like, they still reference his songs.
And that's from the solo album. But
yeah. So was NSYNC legendary though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
The girls was losing their ever loving mind.
And we still do bye bye.
So you got to.
Yeah.
If you don't get
And
excited,
it's gonna be me.
They were
Now
breaking
it's gonna
records.
be made in like 2 weeks.
Right, exactly. So,
Okay. So you can be legendary as part of a unit and then solo not legendary, like no one cares.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
part of NSYNC, he is legendary, but by yourself, you just maybe possibly iconic. Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Iconic, maybe.
I mean,
Is Christina
I mean,
Aguilera?
he's an icon for sure, but he's not legendary.
Is Christina Aguilera legendary?
No.
Did you just say who?
Oh.
No. I did a Family Guy reference.
No, because Family Guy trolled the fuck out of her, but we're not even going to talk about that right now.
I hate y'all.
Is she legendary?
Chicky said no, flat out. Chicky like no.
She didn't get the shine she deserved.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
She's iconic.
She's talented.
But not legendary now.
Yeah.
It was only because she was up against Britney.
Yeah, you got to think about who she was up against at the time. Like, wasn't nobody really touching Britney at that time. Like, you could have did whatever. Like, and she would have just been like, all right. Because Britney was.
I think that was the mistake where people were trying to pit them against each other, and it was just like Christina's aesthetic was different from Britney. Britney is an entertainer. She is a dancer. She's putting on a show. Christina was trying to get you in your feelings and your emotions. Even with her pop music, you could tell the way she was singing. Genie in a Bottle was supposed to be a pop song. That shit had me in my feelings regardless.
First of all, that song was about holding on to your virginity. It just wasn't the same energy as Brit. It really wasn't. Like,
it wasn't at all. Which is funny because in real life they were the opposite personality.
Exactly.
Really. But unfortunately, because they were trying to fit Christina in Britney Spears' box when Britney Spears is already there, it just didn't work.
Yeah, but she's an icon for sure.
She was definitely a very powerful songstress.
For real.
All right.
Got you. What about? Damn, I just had it and I fucking forgot. Oh, it was Christina. We talked Britney, Christina, and I can't. Oh, Mariah Carey, legendary.
Who?
Absolutely.
What happened? Who?
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Oh God, y'all don't want me to talk about this.
I do. Is Mariah Carey
No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't.
Was she still a legend? Did she lose it if she did have? So, Wolf Dawn, if you're joining us right now, we are trying to figure out who are the legends. If they're not legends, did they lose it? How they lost it? How they got their legendary status right now? We're waiting to hear what Zay has to say about whether or not Miss Mariah Carey is a legend.
Y'all
we're waiting.
Because I'm going to have people really mad at me. Listen. I know the world. I'm just preface it with this right here. The world sees Mariah as a legend, and I guess I respect it or whatever. But for me, it's a no, fam.
Ooh.
For me, it's a no.
Picante. Explícame.
First, because you don't like her music.
I don't like her. That's one. And two, she made a little black girl cry on TV, and ever since I seen that, I just wasn't a fan.
I feel that.
She made a little black, like, because of the little. Okay, let me. Okay, it was a while ago on one of them, one of the shows that we watched back in the day, and they had the little studio audiences, and the little black girl was beside herself. Mariah, I love you, and Mariah's like, her stiff ass doing her thing, and so they called the little girl, like, was visibly freaking out, so the camera obviously panned to her. So she goes like, "Oh, Mariah, can you sign this? Because when I look at you, I see my, like, saying like, oh, you're a black girl and I'm a black girl too." Mariah dumbass gonna say, "Well, I'm only half black, so the little girl couldn't have been more than 9. Why you go cry like that? And then you gonna disown your blackness when, bitch, we know you black. You come on now." Anyway, I don't like Mariah. But I do recognize that the world sees her as a legend. I will say that. I recognize that. But for me, for your girl, no.
Hold on. Can you send that? We don't gotta go into it now. We'll take it, but can you
I
send
will
us?
find it and I will send it to you. I will find it and I will send it to you. But I do not.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I do not enjoy a Mariah Carey, but that's it.
So Christmas must be hell for you.
It is.
She hates it. I play that shit all the time.
I literally be wanting to drink bleach with a straw.
For a month straight. Clearing her, yo.
Christmas is very hard for me. Thank you. Thank you for your concern.
Not a straw.
Yes.
Damn. Is Nick Cannon a legend?
No.
What?
Icon, not legend. Icon.
Okay. We gotta give him something. We gotta give him his flowers.
Icon though, for real.
He gotta get his flowers.
He's been doing it for a minute.
He was in the rap game. He did drumline. He did a lot for the culture.
Okay. You going a little far with the rap game.
Listen, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Oh, what about Keenan and Kel?
I will give him his props because of that show, the comedy show he has.
Wild Out?
Yeah, Wild Out.
The comedy show he has? What is happening?
Wow.
Further point, he's not a legend. He's not a legend. Give me two.
Keenan and Kel, are they legends?
No.
Just iconic? Well, not even iconic. Iconic. Okay.
Iconic.
I mean, we love them, but it's like
You can give them their flowers. But.
Yeah, we love them. Yeah, but it's not. I don't know if they're beloved, but we do love them. So I don't know if you know.
What about Taraji?
Now, Good Burger is legendary. Good Burger by itself is legendary.
Yes.
Okay, nobody.
Legendary.
Yes.
Movie.
Legendary movie.
For sure.
So
Taraji?
Taraji?
Baby Boy is definitely iconic. You got it. Because now I'm going to follow this up with Tyrese.
That's why I sucked my teeth, because I already knew where this was going, but that movie, you know what? That movie, I will say, the movie is for the culture. I will say that. The movie, unfortunately, and I'll say unfortunately, because technically, it's a lot of stereotypes and things going on in that movie that we're not necessarily proud of, but I am happy that they did display it because it is a part of our trajectory. So, with that being said, I'll give credit where credit is due, but
I'll say Taraji is iconic just because she made it okay to play that loud, out and about in your face woman, and she's managed to transition it from strictly ghetto to professional. Like in her movie where she is hearing the voices, she's still that loud out and about character, but she's like a boss. She's going for partner in the corporation. You know what I mean? Instead of just being the sidekick to the main girl who's a little more quiet, she made it like, this is what Cookie, like,
I see why you would say that, because she opened the door for what's her name? Well, I can't remember her name right now. Because but am I wrong? If there was no Taraji P. Henson, there would be no
Tiffany Haddish.
There you go. That's the name. That's the name. She did not like Tiffany Haddish.
No.
She ready.
Is very good in movies. The stand up, I just can't. So don't say I don't like her. I do like her a lot, and she's bringing up a lot of people. She's one of the few people that said, "When I get there, I'm gonna get you," and she legit went and got her.
She did.
Because a lot of I'm not saying all famous people, but a lot of famous people, I believe, have said, when I get there, I got you, and then look back and be like, nah, because it's not a lot of us in this space, and I don't want to crowd.
I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
So,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Calvin and I definitely put a comedy special on and made it like 15 minutes in, maybe, and then stopped. Calvin, or was it?
Yeah, couldn't get through it. We're just like,
I made it 15 minutes.
I'll try. I'll give it a shot. All right, so I got
7 minutes and 37 seconds. I promise. I just want you to take a picture whenever you decide to stop. Just send me a picture when you make it.
Oh, y'all are terrible.
I hate y'all.
That's weird.
Tyrese and then Ving Rhames.
The who?
Ving Rhames.
Who the fuck is that?
I would
Motherfucker, what?
She
I would
knows
say
people
Tyrese
by
and
face, but not by name. So she
I
knows.
don't. Yeah.
She knows who Vin Rhames is. What I was at, but
I was about to say, throw her out.
Daddy and Baby Boy. The one who played the stepdaddy and Baby Boy.
He put him in the
Oh,
chokehold.
you know his face, right?
Listen, famous people's names to remember is not vital to my survival. I will never.
I feel that.
That and lyrics, like that's why I always fuck with lyrics.
In some way, I would say he's iconic
Wait,
because he
so
played that
who's
role.
iconic?
Then he does R&B music. No, Tyrese.
Tyrese is iconic. Okay.
Not legendary.
That's a little bit of a
I
stretch
like
for
his
me.
name.
It is, but that was all I was giving it to. Like,
Yeah,
it seems like
Iconic is a
very
little
iconic.
strong, but I could see. Okay. Fair.
Okay, and then Ving Rhames.
I want to give him iconic because that it's not memorable, but he did that Pepsi commercial, and you want Mexican
It is
brothers.
memorable because I remember it. Yep.
Wait,
You
who?
are, yeah.
Tyrese or Ving?
Tyrese.
Okay.
This was like 99, 98 before he like really popped
Yeah.
up.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give. I don't know that I Tyrese is not a legend to me. I would say if anything, he's just popular among a certain age group.
Not a certain age group.
The kids that we teach don't know him. They don't know who that is unless they watch Fast and Furious.
All 30 of them.
On that point, I've never seen not one of them.
Ving Rhames. I would say legend.
He's black.
He's popular for he's black famous.
He's black.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's black famous. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is legendary.
Oh, come on. I mean, it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
that's
he's legendary, crazy as fuck. What do you mean? Like,
What?
Crazy, but that doesn't mean he's not a
yo,
legend.
this man is crazy. On all
Allegedly.
levels, not just.
Allegedly, but tell us
Allegedly.
the story.
Not allegedly. This is my opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. My opinion is that he's crazy as shit. Besides this shit with his ex-wife,
The fuck? What is happening?
the things that he does, and it's like he really be wilding. He be wilding. He be wilding.
She feels very strongly about Tom Hanks.
I really love his movies. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love his movies. I'm like, yo, I gotta see that shit because he's about to do some fuck shit in that movie. But for like, this man is, in my opinion, is genuinely crazy. But I would love to meet you. If I saw you in the street, I would go get your autograph. But you're crazy. I'll be really nervous.
Allegedly.
I hate her.
Okay, I'm gonna take it to wrestling now. I'm gonna take it to wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Legend.
yeah.
Legend without a doubt.
Him, The Rock, Kane, Undertaker, Kurt
Triple
Angle,
H.
Triple H,
Rikishi.
Come on now.
The whole set.
Mhm.
The whole set of that era.
Before
Legend.
they got the F out, everybody was a
Period. Dead ass. Dead ass. WWF, legendary. That's it. I don't even want that. That's it. Just
He said
So
before
not
they
John
took the
Cena?
F out.
You said
Not
what?
John Cena.
John
John
Cena.
Cena.
I was a John Cena fan. I don't give a fuck about nobody says. Okay? People really was coming for my baby. Yeah, no.
The meltdown.
He was there before the F was gone.
He was okay.
So he made it.
Fair enough.
He
But
made
like right before the F.
Don't
was on,
matter.
though. Like right.
He made
Yeah.
it.
Right.
He was at the cusp.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
All right.
It's ringing our bell right now.
Clearly, this is not up for debate. I'm gonna just leave that
Because
alone.
everybody comes from him, bro.
Yeah, they do. Cause they
Because he got in young and then like
Right.
it became WWE and people was like, eh.
yeah they put
And
him
then
in
they
with the
came
other
back.
group.
Like,
Yeah, they did.
So
They kind of did John Cena kind of dirty, but I mean,
Amazon
Fair enough.
relate.
all of them.
fair enough. Fair enough.
All of
Okay, fine,
Icon.
fine. Fair enough.
Okay. What about horror films? Candyman or Jason or Freddy?
We saving that for the classics. What you doing?
But it's almost the end.
I'm
You
talking
really
about
like
the
go kind of a segue
character.
to end the stream.
Damn.
I have no opinion on this. I'm just.
You don't
gonna
watch
say-
horror
Yeah.
films?
No
horror film.
I refuse to get scared on purpose. So I've seen them.
But you date
But I'm
Jax.
not-
I'm with you, Jay.
I'm not paying to be afraid. No.
Like-
so I'm gonna
like-
But
for
you
real,
do it for
like,
free when you lay next to Jax.
Wow, she ain't never scared.
Shout out to Bone
Clearly, she with you.
Shout out to Bone Crusher. Definitely icon.
For funny horror, Freddy, Jason be wildin'. And I really wasn't into that movie. I don't know. It didn't scare me. It didn't keep me interested. I was just like, is it over yet?
Michael Myers?
Michael Myers scared the shit out of me. When I was a kid, every time I heard that music, I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm going in the room. The lights is on all night. Nah.
Okay.
The most recent movie that scared the shit out of me, because I like horror movies, but
I
like
love that.
they never scared the shit out of me. It wasn't until The Conjuring, like that shit caught me off guard. I was in the movie theater. I was screaming and everything. I never really screamed at horror movies, but that shit, I was nah. It wasn't that scary, but like they. Usually you could tell when the jump scares is about to happen. No, they did it.
They gave you no warning. They were like, you're about to be scared now, and then you were like, okay, oh, my heart is behind me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of those, what would you say? Are they all classics? Only some of them are classics? Which one are the classics?
All of them. Freddy, Jason, Michael, Candyman.
You just said you ain't even give a fuck about Candyman. How you gonna rate
I
it?
did, but like a lot of people, like
I ain't asking about a lot of people. I'm asking your personal opinion.
to me, no, the Candyman not in there.
So what's the classic? Like the cult classic, you ain't living life if this ain't on your list. Which out of those?
I'm a horror movie fan.
Yeah, she's
like,
a crackhead.
Mine is Halloween 4. That was the best one to me out of all of them. That shit was wild. That was the one where the fucking niece was fucking crazy too at the end. That shit was like, if you didn't see that one, then I'm like, nah, you whack. You don't watch horror movies like that.
So
That
for
was-
you're like, we gonna talk a movie classic. If you gotta get your whole life together, you gotta watch Halloween 4.
Yeah, because I watched The Hills Have Eyes by myself. The only horror movies that I haven't watched because I can't get myself to watch that mentally is like the Saw movies. I really can't really sit there and watch people like harm
Trash. What's
themselves.
wrong with you?
Like,
They're not that bad.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Like, no, I'm
We
good.
can watch them together. We'll be fine.
Somebody was like, yeah, they had to cut their foot off. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching that shit. I'd rather die. Kill me right there.
Trash. Zay, you gotta.
Was that what?
You gotta curate a list of. No, just hear my scenario. You're curating a list for somebody that you're like top 3 movie classics that you just have to watch or you're not living life. What would you put in your
Scary movies or just movies in
No,
general?
just movies that you're like, these are the classics. You gotta watch these movies.
Well, for you, it was scary movies, but I don't watch scary movies. Okay.
So for you, what is going in Zay's movie
Top
classics
3?
capsule? Top 3 Zay's
Top-
movie classics capsule. Say that.
No, that's hard for me because I'll be watching. One thing about me, I'm a watch. No, but
Kuchiki, I'm coming to you next and me to you next, so think about it.
because it depends. We're talking like mainstream movies
No
or like
matter,
black
just top
movies or
3
like.
that you would be like, you
But
gotta watch.
but to me, there's a difference. To me, like the mainstream movies and the black movies, there's two different versions of.
They're all on the same level, like, you know, so it's hard to pick just 3.
Because a lot of mainstream movies, a lot of the black movies, mainstream America doesn't really care too much about. So it's like, if
That's why that's why it's your capsule. It's for you.
all right for me, all right.
When you open this capsule in the future, you're gonna be like, ooh, I'm glad I put these shits in here.
Oh, all right. New Jack City.
Love her chocolate milk.
Yes, I do. I love you, Wesley.
Why didn't we discuss if he was a legend or not?
Because he is. There's no discussion needed. New Jack City. Let's see. Juice, because I need them to see Foxx theatrical range. And so hard to say.
Spoiler alert, I've never seen Juice.
What?
The way y'all both looked at me, I've never seen Juice.
Put the card on the table. And
Yeah.
Put the card on the table.
I seen New Jack City, leave me alone.
Nah. Brown sugar's good, but it's not like I need somebody if I'm dead to if I write a list and if I'm dead and they read the list they have to watch this. Okay, so it's New Jack City, it's Juice, and it's damn it. I have so many that goes in that spot, so I guess I'm gonna just have to pick one for the culture because I can't not have one on the list. It has to be a Spike Lee movie, so it must probably be Do the Right Thing.
Really?
I have to put it on the list because you have to have a Spike Lee movie on the list. It doesn't really
I'm
like
about to be mad at me because I ain't never seen a Spike Lee joint. Go ahead, Chiki.
You gotta
Nah,
put
wait.
several on the table.
Nah.
You wanna do School Days? Do the Right Thing?
Go,
Okay.
Jungle Fever? You ain't see Jungle Fever, bro?
Is that with J Lo and Wesley?
What? Did you just say J-Lo?
Listen, this has
Wait.
been HQ. We wrapping it up.
Kuchiki.
It's
We gonna-
time.
Amina, go.
Thank y'all for tuning
Nah.
in.
What you mean? You ain't seen
For me, it's
not
the
damn
original
Spike
Crow,
Lee movie?
the Crow movie, the original one.
I
with
mean,
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Wait,
I was already gonna kick you for Juice. But Spike Lee? Are you saying that just to say that? Are
I
you
tried,
dead
but I can't make it through. I tried to watch She's Gotta Have It, and it didn't make it. I tried. I never
The
made
one?
it. I tried to watch She's Gotta Have It, and I ain't make it through.
You didn't try another one?
No, I was done after that. I was like, not for me.
It's 12 Angry Men.
Alright, we're gonna finish
That's
this
the
They're
up.
like 12 Angry Men.
so Crow,
And then,
and
And the third one. This is
Wait,
hard.
12 Angry Men and what?
Crow.
The Crow.
The original. The original. And then I'd have to say Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
Ooh. The full trilogy. That's a lot of movies.
No, the first one.
Oh, just the first one, not the whole thing. He
Just
really
the
came out
first
here to
one.
stab me. With all the knives. He took every knife out the thing.
Very upset. I want to say that
Beautiful people, I hope you all have a beautiful night. I am going to get our food.
say your three. Did you say your three movies? Yeah, you did. You started with the horror shit.
But she said, anyways, have a good night, everyone. And they will still be here. Yes, they will still be here. All right.
Listen, I just want to say that nerd is not a complete representation of our culture, and that we're not associating with the fact that she has never seen a Spike Lee movie.
I tried. We're not gonna do this. Kuchiki, what are your 3 movies?
Nah, you're right. We're not gonna do this because we have serious work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
I tried. I gave it a
Right.
college try. Damn it! I just like.
I want to
couldn't.
apologize to the culture, and
Yo.
we are not a part of this. We are not.
I made a valid effort. Kuchiki, what are your 3 plastic capsule?
If she says do the right thing, it's gonna change her life.
It is.
It's gonna break your heart.
Yep.
Why would I want to watch that?
Because you're gonna
Kuchiki,
feel so much blacker. When
I
you're
don't
finished.
want to feel when I watch my movies. I just want to watch explosions and fight scenes and superpowers. I don't understand.
You're
Kuchiki,
not
go.
watching too much. Anyway, listen. Somebody make me feel better because that just made me sad.
I'm
So,
waiting for Kuchiki, and y'all keep trying to attack me, and I don't understand what I did. Right, Olivia?
Kuchiki, please make me feel better because I just.
You know what? This is us. We failed. We failed you. That's what it is. We'll give it the top two. Drew thing is on that list. It's on that list personally. Sister Act had it in Ghost, but I'm gonna say Sister Act 2 back in Habit for my personal one. And on number one, my number one for me is personally Pootie Tang. That's
but that's a good one. That's one for the culture though. That's acceptable. See,
That's awesome.
That's my.
We gonna wrap this up. Okay.
Yeah, because y'all definitely fucking skipped my ass. That's fine. That's fine.
we skipped you.
Yes, y'all were like, she ain't see Spike Lee. We don't even care about her classics.
Process.
So disrespectful. My top three would be Fifth Element. It would be The Last Dragon, because of course The Last Dragon.
That's
And it would be Jackie Brown. I fucking love that movie. I could watch that movie.
Okay, well, at least we got something. All right. Okay.
Damn! You'll hear more about what we think are classics on the next episode because they hate me now and they're probably going to make me spend the rest of this week prepping by watching every Spike Lee joint. So if I'm miserable and depressed on the next episode, you know why. It's because they made me watch every Spike Lee joint.
It's on us. We collectively failed her as a unit. We're gonna rectify.
Nah, don't say we. I tried. She don't want to watch nothing unless it got.
I don't want to watch those things.
That's what I'm saying. We tried. We got.
And with that, guys, thank you for kicking it with us. We out. We're gonna go raise somebody, y'all. Sit tight. Bum bum bum